Brad Pitt and his romance with a woman in France, or at least she thought she was having a romance with Brad Pitt. It was not the Brad Pitt, but she has a lot of photos of Brad Pitt that made her decide that she wanted to help him out financially.
By the way, if you think
this is a scam victim that...
If you think you've heard this story before, this is going to go to another level in a second. So
when you understand what she did. Now, this woman in France believed that she was having an online interaction with Brad Pitt. And the person, the scammer who was interacting with her, was sending photos of Brad Pitt saying, "I'm in the hospital. Her name is Anne. Anne, I love you. I need help with my medical bills." And you go, well, if you're the woman...
If you're Brad Pitt...
If you're Brad Pitt, how come you don't have money? Right. He had an answer for that. He said, all my money is tied up in this battle, divorce battle with Angelina, where we're, in France, it's a very well-known thing, obviously, that there's a castle they co-own there. This was a big thing in their divorce.
Still, by the way, that's still going on.
The castle part of it.
They're fighting over this winery they've got.
Yes, and so that was the explanation for why I needed money. Not only did she send him more than $800,000, but you may go, where did she get that $800,000?
She divorced her husband, and that is part of the property settlement. The husband had millions of dollars. She used her property settlement in the divorce to send money to fake Brad Pitt.
So, when was the jig up here? When did she go, wait a second? It was when she saw photos of Brad Pitt with the real Brad Pitt, with his real-life girlfriend, Inez, and they were out at an event. She happened to see these photos and thought...
he looks healthy and not destitute.
He's not in the hospital, and he's with some woman who's not me.
Okay, there's that. But Charles, let's back up for a second, because you said the scammer sent her photos. These photos are those cartoonishly AI, poorly photoshopped pictures of Brad Pitt with perfect hair smiling in a hospital bed. Who falls for this? You get these emails and these texts, these scams, and you think, who in the world would fall for that? Now we know. Even, she saw him with another woman. He's been out in public for months. He's not in the hospital. He's not having a kidney transplant or whatever.
It's alarming.
I actually feel very badly for her.
I feel terrible for her.
Because it's easy for us to look at it and go like, oh, that's obvious. And you're right, Eric. I mean, those images
It's easy for anybody to look at it and do that. But
yeah.
Because also the reason how this all started was because someone claiming to be Brad Pitt's mother reached out to her on Facebook. First alarm right there, saying, you'd be perfect for my son. Who believes that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
I feel bad for her getting swindled out of her money, but it's hard to defend.
Swindled out of her money, ends her marriage.
We should say this is not like an elderly woman. You hear a lot of times...
She's 53.
53.
She's 53 years old. You would think this is when, somebody 90 years old is lonely. No. She's a 53-year-old who was married.
The really sad part, obviously, this has been reported to the police. She reported it last year.
And they have no idea where this guy is.
They have not been able to find him, and...
He's now Robert De Niro.
Probably running that scam with someone.